Thank you very much. Now we're going to have the forum on educational reform. Joe Concannon is going to lead the forum. For those who don't know, everybody knows who Joe is, right? For those who don't, Joe Concannon was our former candidate for city council. He's the first vice president of the club, a former NYD captain, and many, many other things. So here you go, Joe.
You guys know who I am. Thank you all for attending tonight. Tonight is an important event. As I was explaining to some of the people who are here for the first time tonight, it's one of the things that we try to bring to the club every single month. We don't want our members just to come here and network. Networking is great, and it'll help Mike's cause and mine if we choose to run for office again. We also try to give you something to take away, something really to chew on, to really sink your teeth on in an educational format. All right, as I was saying before to some of the folks in the back, you know, we try and bring up balance, you know, both sides of whatever the argument is. We can't always get the other side to come. That's part of the problem, because we are a Republican club and they don't always want to show their heads over here. So what we're going to be talking about tonight, and one of the reasons why I wanted you to know I got behind this very heavily, all right, is Assembly Bill A-02551. Is going to do some things which are going to help anybody in the community, whether or not they're a registered Republican or registered Democrat, independent, blank, whoever you are. And some of those things are, it's providing tax relief. Tax relief, which is so very important to those young families that are growing in our communities, as well as some of the senior citizens in the area who can take advantage of aspects of this law. I think that's critically important. The other thing is, remember, our public school education system would collapse on its knees if the private school institutions that were out there did not have those institutions up and running. They couldn't handle the volume, all right? It would just overload the system and there would be failure there. So this gives you know, them an outlet for students to be a part of. Families-based education is something that we're so far behind, it's absolutely incredible. We want our kids, whether you're Republican or Democrat, we want our kids to have a true quality education. And we think this bill will go to that and provide some of that. It also, and the schools impacted on this, the private and public schools, it'll also provide for a safe environment for the teachers and for the students. And it'll provide the teachers, quite frankly, a method, a path to get reimbursement for some of those items that they actually bring into the classroom out of their own pocket. Since my wife is a school teacher, currently right here in the neighborhood, I think that's kind of important, because there are times where she reaches into her own pocket and she buys just little things, that little something that might make Johnny in the second row and the third aisle really just, you know, bring up to life. And she's explained that to me, and I'm fully behind her with that. So with tonight, we're very, very lucky, and I want you to know there's an entire folder. There's a group of people that have been meeting on this for, I guess, the last 6 or 8 weeks discussing this. We're honored tonight to have Frank J. Russo, the president of the American Family Association of New York. And Frank serves on the Executive Committee of Long Islanders for Education Reform. He's also the producer of AFA Presents, one of the largest public access cable TV programs in New York State. He appeared on Donahue, Larry King Live, Current Affair, Geraldo, Long Island Talks, and God Squad, and many others. And we're happy to have Frank with us. Please give it up for Frank Russo, please. Along with Frank and somewhat, you know, Dennis and I have become colleagues on this small intramural group we've got put together here. Dennis and I have a very, very similar mindset on how to get this information out to you. Dennis J. Duffy, a gentleman right over here, advocate for school choice, special education, efficiency in government and legislative issues. He received the New York State PTA Distinguished Service Award in 2003. He also served on the Lynbrook Public School Board. Please honor Dennis J. Duffy. Award-winning educator, recognized promoter, and marketing specialist, successful advocate and author of Rubber Room Romance. Everything you need to know and ask about the educational system. Cindy Gross, right in front of me here. Cindy addresses the issues of Common Core, safety, national security, textbook education, corruption within the system, and more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our panel for tonight, and I ask you please to give our panelists, if you would please stand and come on up. Give them all a hand, folks. Thank you very much. And we'll start our event.